We all love to dream that we have the money to buy $1 million home. We meet the buyers who can do just that.
Definitely a showstopper.
You walk in the front door and it goes bang.
From sweeping views.
You walk in it and you immediately see the beauty of this entire house.
I could totally see me and my family living here.
Here's where the party is.
Wow.
Yeah? To complete luxury.
I feel all of a sudden like I'm in the south of France.
What do you guys think?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yes.
These homes have it all.
It is the house we've been looking for years. So we're going for it.
Our buyers have the money, know exactly what they want,
Definitely large. The bigger the better, I think.
and are ready to spend big.
It's actually listed at 3.3.
Get out of town.
My role is to find these house hunters their ultimate dream home. In this episode, I meet Dee and her friend Terry.
You ready to live like a rock star?
I feel like a rock star. I do. I really do.
Dee's looking for a new home with a bit more room.
I am a freelance design consultant and I have a reptile breeding company.
I'm taking her through some of the most beautiful properties around Los Angeles, California.
I feel so comfortable in this room. I feel like, you know, I could work here, I could do yoga in here, and I could breed some snakes in here.
Dee needs room for her family and a growing business.
I have a 9-year-old child and a really growing reptile collection, so we've got to find a place to put them all.
Will I be able to find something that will suit her needs?
A really amazing surprise. When you walk in, it feels like a home. It definitely felt like you can envision yourself there.
Let's see if I can find her dream home.
Welcome to $1 Million House Hunters. I'm Viviana Vigil. Today our buyer is Dee. She's brought her friend Terry along to look for a brand new home in the Hollywood and Santa Monica area. We're looking at 3 gorgeous properties and we'll see which one she chooses.
I think I need a lot of light and a lot of space to entertain and the ability to separate my personal life and my business. I'm so excited for what you have to show us today. I can't wait. Me either.
Hello, you must be Terry.
Yes, very nice to meet you.
And you must be Dee.
I am. Nice to meet you.
I am so excited for the day. Dee, why was it important to have Terry with you today?
Oh, you know, I need moral support. You know, I'm going to make this decision, but, you know, it's always good to have, you know, a friend or two along for the ride.
And what's the budget you're working with today?
You know, I'm hoping to stay in the high 5s, low 6s.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. For house number 1, it is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, just over 3,000 square feet, plus a casita. It's a studio casita, so we'll see that later on too. So lots of space.
Great.
All right, follow me.
This is a Spanish Colonial Revival. It was built in 1938 for an heiress from Minneapolis. Saltillo tiles on the roof, the expansive entrance into a Saltillo foyer. It gives you this feeling of Spanish Mediterranean, and it makes you feel like you've just sort of stepped into another time.
I love it. I think that it's secluded enough while being really impressive with all of the landscaping. Beautiful.
Okay, we have made our way into this gorgeous Hollywood estate. I mean, it is quintessential Hollywood. Hardwood floors, that Spanish Saltillo tile.
You feel the era.
Yeah, absolutely. It was built in 1937, so you're right on with that. I love the foyer with that staircase meeting you as soon as you walk in with the Spanish tile and that wrought iron railing. And the arches on these windows, they open wide up. I mean, you're up on the hill, so you get a lot of privacy and a lot of breeze.
Fresh air. That's what I really love about it.
There's also a custom handmade bar and French doors, double French doors, opening out into the inner courtyard. So far, Dee, is this something that's suiting your style?
I think it's beautiful. I feel like I'm in a fantasy. I love the archways.
Yeah.
I love the front entrance.
I really know that you are interested in having a kitchen, so let's head over to the kitchen and take a look.
Let's do it.
All right. Okay, here's your kitchen area. I know you passed through that formal dining.
Stunning.
Really beautiful. Do you think that's enough space to entertain your friends and family?
Oh, definitely, definitely.
And we make our way into this gorgeous kitchen, granite countertops, wooden cabinets, wooden beams in your kitchen. There's a huge Eden island. Do you think your kids might like to pull up here in the morning?
I'm envisioning the hot plate with our kids having pancakes in the morning.
You know, I think that there's maybe a little too much woodwork, but you know, everything else is great.
Okay. Why don't we head upstairs and check out your primary suite?
I'd love that.
All right, lead the way. It just feels so regal heading up those beautiful stairs into this primary suite with your own wood-burning fireplace. Absolutely beautiful seating area with cool molding detail. You have an expanded walk-in closet that the owners built out because some of these vintage houses didn't have a really extensive closet. More closet space as you make your way through the ensuite, and it is that vintage tile that people are loving.
I think that it might not quite work, and if I were to take this place, you know, we'd have to do a little bit of renovation in there.
Okay.
I do like the tile, but it is Dee's home, and I do know Dee very well, and she does like a more modern feel.
Okay.
But again, it does feel very refreshing in this room. I can already feel the breeze coming in.
Why don't we head outside and take a look at your outdoor entertaining area? There's so much to see. What an incredible outdoor space. You have the pool with the hot tub in its own little area with a veranda. You have the casita, it's a perfect studio, maybe a space for guests. And then you come down, you see this barbecue area covered with a trellis wrapped in vines. I mean, this is established vegetation.
I think that the casita is amazing. It would be wonderful for out-of-town guests.
We definitely said that we wanted a space where our kids can run around, and also we entertain our friends, so I think it definitely provides that space. I would say this is my favorite spot right here. I could see us having, you know, coffee, some conversations out here. Lots of gossip can go on right here in Old Hollywood.
Yep, I agree.
What about, you know, the space for your business and for the serpents and reptiles? Where do they go?
I think this is definitely a great solution for that. You know, we can really separate the business from, you know, my personal life. It's great.
Okay, so what do you think this home is listed at?
Oh gosh, I hope it's in my budget. Maybe high fives?
Okay, what do you think?
I think probably 5.
It's actually listed at $5,995. Just under your budget.
See, yep, but so there's going to be a bidding war, I'm sure. You know, I'm comfortable in that area, but I'd like to see what my other options are before I make any decisions.
But is it still in the running?
I definitely think so. It's definitely in the top 3.
Okay, well, let's take one last tour of the property before we head to house number 2.
We have 2 more estates to see in Los Angeles, California. Will Dee find the perfect home for her needs?
I'm a California girl, so this pool and this deck is my ultimate dream.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. We're traveling around Los Angeles, California, and on the search for Dee's ultimate dream home. The first house was an elegant 1930s Mediterranean compound. But could this next house be the one?
We are at Sunset Plaza Drive in prime West Hollywood. This is a very sought-after neighborhood. We have a lot of celebrities. Everyone, once they get to the top, can start to see the view. So when you pull up, you already get a little piece of that impeccable view.
West Hollywood Hills, just above the famed Sunset Plaza. 5 bedrooms, 6 baths. Is this a little bit more your style?
Definitely more my style.
She's a more modern girl.
And I think the street, you know, I see that there's plenty of parking, easy to get to, easy to find.
Okay, so it's all pluses.
Definitely.
Let's jump inside.
Great.
I can't believe this view.
You can see the ocean from here, Century City, and you have an amazing space to enjoy it as well. This formal sitting area with this contemporary fireplace. I love the patina on it. This formal dining area, is that going to be big enough for your parties?
Yes, all yes.
You can push these doors wide open. You can enjoy the weather that Southern California has to offer, and it is just a treat for you every single day. So this fits your style. This is kind of your speed, huh?
I think we're getting closer for sure, yes.
Of course, when your guests, friends, and family come, they're probably not going to want to leave.
I mean, that view just slams right into you. I'm speechless.
I thought, my God, if I lived here, I will have made it.
So why don't we head to the kitchen, take a closer look there, see if they have your 6 burners. This is definitely a kitchen with the most amazing view. Look at this.
I feel like I'm already a 5-star chef, just being in here.
Carrara marble counters, custom cabinetry. It doesn't have your 6th burner, but I think you're gonna be okay.
I can live with it, I can live with it.
There's actually an informal sitting area just here to the right with a wet bar area, so lots of areas for people to congregate and a lot of open space for when you're having a lot of guests for a party.
I can feel the flow. I feel like we can be in any space at any time, but still feel the togetherness of having a party.
Yeah.
It has amazing light. You can work around this giant center island. It's amazing.
Is there anything in here that maybe you would tweak or doesn't work for you?
No.
Why don't we head upstairs, take a look at the primary suite and see what that has to offer.
Great.
Lots of space in this primary suite, your own private balcony, your own fireplace, and that soaking tub in the ensuite with the glass enclosed shower, double vanity, lots of space in the closet, and there's also an amazing rooftop deck just off of the hallway.
I love how every room in the house is looking out on this view.
Well, I know you were mentioning before that you wanted a house where you can have a separation from the kids, and this is definitely feels like you're in your own space up here.
Yeah, while being such a big house, it definitely has its little moments, and this feels like one of them.
You even have your own sitting area in here, so if you guys really wanted to have a private chat, you could come up here into the suite. So you can envision yourself relaxing in this space?
I can, I
Yeah.
really can.
Would your furniture fit in here?
Yes, my furniture would fit in here. I mean, it's ready to go.
Let's step outside. There's so much to show you. You guys have to see this amazing pool. All right, try to keep your eye on this view, but this pool, it is one of a kind. It is so incredible. I have never seen anything like it. There's a retractable roof, so no matter what time of the year, you'll be able to enjoy the sun.
I'm a California girl, so this pool and this deck is my ultimate dream.
You ready to live like a rock star?
I feel like a rock star. I do, I really do.
Well, you would live like a rock star because this used to be Ice-T's house.
Oh,
Very cool. So there's a dual fireplace and then that yoga studio / bedroom that I spoke about. It's a perfect spot for your guests to go in and out to the bathroom so they don't have to traipse through your whole house soaking wet. So it's really been thought out well. And of course you have this long balcony that expands the entire length of the house. Really a fun time.
I feel like this outdoor-indoor pool is just right up my alley. I love the little staircase to the roof. It's great.
So big question is, what do you think this home is listed at?
Ooh, I worry it's out of my budget. As much as I love it, I feel like it's in the high 9s.
It's actually listed at 6.595.
Oh.
Just over your budget, but you know, if there's some wiggle room, this might be something you could consider.
You know, we might just have to start wiggling.
There's only one more luxury home left to see on this house hunt. We check out this spacious 3-level home that's just steps from the beach.
Really amazing surprise. When you walk in, it feels like a home.
Is this the home that Dee's looking for?
You know, I think it might be a little interesting to have the shower right here on the suite. It's a little intrusive in the bedroom.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. We've seen 2 amazing luxury homes in Los Angeles, California. The first house was an elegant 1930s Mediterranean compound. Then we saw a meticulously designed contemporary home with 360-degree views. But will this last home be the one?
Santa Monica Beach, world-class destination. This is a very unique property, built almost 100 years ago, and it has this really beautiful walk that's private. Obviously a beautiful archway full of roses for you to enter inside. 6 bedrooms, 6 baths, but that includes 2 separate apartments. So plenty of space for guests, or you can use them as income properties.
Seems unique, but interesting. Let's look. You know, I think the front entrance is really special with a little rose garden entrance and the little archway. It's really sweet, you know, and it feels like, you know, you can do yoga out there, and it feels really intimate.
We are in the heart of Santa Monica, the tourist mecca, I guess, of LA, always has and always will be. The house itself is 6 bedrooms, 6 bath, 4,300 square feet, and 800 of the square feet comes from the 2 additional units that are connected on the back. You can't get much better if you're looking for some beach traffic, throwing on the sandals, and enjoying the day in the sun.
Okay, this is one of those vintage homes that has so much charm. You have views not only of the beach, but of the famous Santa Monica Pier right here from your living area.
I think walking in, it was completely unexpected, like what the views and actually the little spaces in the house. A really amazing surprise. When you walk in, it feels like a home. And a home that I have lived in.
It felt quaint. It definitely felt homey. It felt like you can envision yourself there.
There's also a small bedroom here in the front, so you can have a lot of versatility with that space as well.
I feel like this little home here in the front feels like it could be my family home, while the 2 separate apartments could be placed for maybe my mother to visit.
Absolutely, anybody's gonna love to come down to stay right on the beach in Santa Monica.
Yep.
I think they tried to modernize this vintage home as much as possible for more modern living, for people that want an open floor plan, they want to be able to entertain, and they still kept a lot of the antique charm. A lot of the moldings and the windows still from the original home. You want to see more?
Please.
Absolutely.
Let's head to the kitchen. And this is the kitchen area. They expanded this out to give it a little bit more space. You have an eat-in island, you have your cabinetry, top of the line appliances, a beautiful dining area, and a perfect space for an office with doors that lead down to the beach.
It's definitely different than the other 2, a lot more quaint, but feels like home.
And it is really great to think that if you are working from home, that you could just take your coffee break and be right on the sand in just minutes.
I like that idea. The kitchen and the little office area are ready to go. I think the previous owners did a really great job of renovating this space and creating little moments that make it feel not as grandiose as maybe a 6-bedroom home would feel.
And what about the kids? Do you think that they would be able to use this space?
I feel like the kids would love coming home, jumping down to the beach. It's part of the California life.
What better than a whole entire beach as your backyard, right?
Yes, yes, yes. And seeing the Ferris wheel outside the front window, it's amazing.
Yeah, they're going to be wanting to ride that every single night.
I know what Dee's looking for, so I think that, the feel here, it's feeling pretty good.
All right, let's head upstairs.
Thanks.
Okay, this is one of 2 primary suites. This one is on the top level, vaulted ceilings, your own private balcony with pier views right here on Santa Monica Beach.
I feel so comfortable in this room. I feel like, I could work here, I could do yoga in here, and I could breathe some snakes in here. I think the primary suite is really great. It has amazing views of the Santa Monica Pier and of the ocean, and who wouldn't want to wake up to that?
You really could use this as an entertainment space. You can change it up a little bit.
I do love that this room is separate from the rest of the home. You could separate yourself and everybody else downstairs. I mean, it's definitely, you're right, there's a lot of opportunities here.
Yeah.
Super flexible.
Is there anything about this space you might want to change or tweak?
I think it might be a little interesting to have the shower right here on the suite. A little odd in that it has the shower exposed to the bedroom area, but that's not something that, I can't learn to live with.
Well, that's an easy fix, right? Looking forward to going outside and checking out these views a little closer. Let's head downstairs. Your own private deck area overlooking Santa Monica Ocean.
I'm envisioning the kids coming home from school and running down on their own to grab an ice cream from the pier. Kids are starting to get old enough where you might even be able to send them off to get an ice cream by themselves right down on the pier, which is steps away, and then have them kind of enjoy their privacy too.
I like the little special vignettes here. And who needs a pool when you have one out there?
On the beach, ocean views, what do you think this home is listed at?
Well, I'm going to guess, judging by the other 2 properties, that maybe this is on the lower end, so maybe 5?
It's actually listed at 515. So just above 5, but well below your budget. This is a world-class destination. People plan vacations just around this spot.
I was happily surprised that the price was at the lower end. It's just a profound experience to grow up and live at the beach. So.
Right.
I'd want to give that to my kid.
Yeah, I agree.
So much to think about. I'm gonna leave you guys alone, and then we'll see if you've made your decision.
We've seen all 3 luxury homes, and when we return, Dee will make the big decision. Stay tuned. Welcome back. We've seen all 3 homes on this $1 million house hunt. The first house was an elegant 1930s Mediterranean compound. The second home was a meticulously designed contemporary home with 360-degree views. Our last stop was a spacious 3-level estate that's just steps from the beach. I left Dee for some time to think.
I think it's tough, but I think I know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You're gonna be surprised.
Let's see if she's ready to make the big decision.
So much to consider. I hope you've had enough time to think it over. So house number 1 was that beautiful Hollywood glamour Spanish style estate with that interior courtyard. It was right at your budget, just under $6 million. House number 2, it was that modern masterpiece, really contemporary, had amazing views and an incredible pool. House number 3, we're sitting in it right on the beach in Santa Monica. I mean, really 3 unique properties. Is there a property that we can out of the gate just eliminate?
I hate to say it, but I feel like I need to eliminate Ice-T's house.
Okay, house number 2.
I mean, it's amazing. I just don't ever feel like I could, feel at home there. It was so modern and so formal, and I don't feel like I could feel like a quaint comfort home vibe there.
Even coming in, I think as a friend, I would feel like I don't want to touch anything because it is a museum type home. You want to go and you want to enjoy being there, but not necessarily being in it.
Yeah. Okay, well that leaves us with house number 1 and house number 3. So what was your favorite part about house number 1?
The landscaping is just phenomenal. I honestly felt like I was in Fantasy Island. The birds of paradise, the palm trees, just stunning. All the little vignettes outside.
Yeah.
Great. I think that there's some things that I would need to do, work on some of the design intricacies that, have been left behind.
Okay, and so that brings us to house number 3. We're sitting in the beautiful informal sitting area here.
I mean, the location is amazing, and I also feel like all of these little moments within the house are really great. It has a special way of making you feel like you can sit down and feel at home immediately when you're here.
Knowing that you have a lot of family out of town that could come visit, and also having your business. The private rental units, that's really great, but it's also off of the house.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, is there anything about this home that maybe didn't tick the boxes for you?
As special as this place is, I might not want to drive up with my child, at 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, so ultimately, which house did you choose?
I think number 1.
Yeah,
number 1.
House number 1.
Number 1, yeah.
I absolutely love a courtyard. I was dying for that courtyard, so I love that house. I am so excited for you. What was the deciding factor?
I think the casita, the pool, and honestly, the front entrance. When you walk in, it's just...
It was stunning.
That's the key. That's the word. I kept saying stunning throughout the house. It was stunning.
Dee does a lot of entertaining, so it was a very nice floor plan that it did flow. But also the casita, you could have family come visit.
It feels like a retreat within a home.
It's
spectacular, really.
It really is. Well, congratulations. It sounds like you need to call the realtor and put in an offer and get moving.
I am so excited.
Thanks for watching. It looks like Dee and her family and friends are going to have a great time in their new Hollywood home. We'll catch you next time on $1 Million House Hunters.